I have an album credit for additional percussion just from clapping. I want you to remember that, Ben.
Okay. Who's it? What was this for?
Andrew Peacock's album.
Oh yeah. Yeah, told me that. It's an interesting little fact to start with. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second ever movie talk show. I'm Ben. He's Ed.
Wait, what's your name?
Ben. My name is Ben. We will see what I said later. I'm Ben. He's Ed. Welcome to the show. Today, we are going to talk about our most anticipated movies of the year, following the suit of the game talk show that you and Oliver did on Thursday.
That was a thing, I hear.
That was a thing. You should go watch that video.
And it will be... The link will be right here.
And following on that suit, we're going to do our top 3 each favourite movies of the year.
Most anticipated movies. They might not be our favourites.
Sorry, yes.
Some of these
not
could turn
yet.
out badly.
And just a disclaimer for anybody who's wondering, we have already seen Deadpool. If you want to see our review for Deadpool, that's already up on the channel. That was our
You
first
can watch
video.
that here. I don't know why I'm making this hard for
Hasty.
myself. I'm the one.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
the one who has to
I know.
edit it.
It's fine. Yeah, so...
And if you want to subscribe, you can click on
Ed!
Ben's nose. Right
Go
here.
really slow, still. So, we're going to start off with my third most anticipated film of the year. And that film is actually the fifth Bourne film, which we've seen nothing of. There is really not a lot to go off except that
But
one
we do know
10-second
that Matt
teaser.
Damon's coming back.
Matt Damon
And that's only a good thing. Like,
Matt Damon.
I've got nothing against Jeremy Renner, but Matt Damon was the face of that
Yeah,
franchise.
it's his franchise, absolutely.
And so it's great that he's coming back to do another one.
Yeah, I certainly agree. And, like, it's crazy. We've discussed this off camera, but I had your third most anticipated film as my third most anticipated film for a long time. And then I just saw that 10-second teaser for the Bourne film, and I don't know why, but it just struck a chord with me. I did actually kind of grow up watching the Bourne films. Basically, from the moment I was old enough to be allowed to watch those films by my parents, because I'm a dork, I've always loved watching the Bourne films, and as I've gotten older, there's been different things to love about them, because they're also really smart films, not just good action films.
Well, it's almost like they're good movies, Ben.
Oh, I know, right? It's crazy. They could be good movies. And, yeah, just to sort of see that snippet, it's amazing. I won't spoil it in case there's someone out there who really doesn't want to know anything about the film. But it's exciting. It was exhilarating. Like, I watched it and I was like, chills down my arms. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is really happening. And yeah, this is a strong franchise. Like, the weakest film isn't even that bad. We're saying that Legacy is probably...
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Okay. I haven't seen it in a while.
I don't think
I
I've
would
even
have to
seen all of the
reevaluate.
originals. I've definitely seen the first movie.
Oh, I own...
I have a feeling I've seen the second movie.
Not sure about the third.
I'm not sure about the third, because I feel like I only own 2 of them, so there's that little problem.
But yeah, I'm certainly really looking forward to this fifth Bourne film, and it comes out halfway through the year. I'm going to check that date while you reveal your third most anticipated film.
Yeah, sure,
of
go
the
for
year
it. My
2021.
third most anticipated film of 2016 is definitely Star Wars. Hang on. No, it's now called Rogue One, a Star Wars story, which is
That's not
not a good name. It
Anthology.
really should be called Star Wars Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, there's something about this movie that's so exciting, because we've really never seen Star Wars explore, like, at least in the movies, like, of course there's been a lot of EU stuff, but in the movies we've never seen them explore just, like, really small and, like, tight stories.
Singular stories.
Yeah, it's,
yeah.
like, really tight stories. Like, they're always, like, big space opera epics and stuff like that. And so I think it's really cool to see Star Wars kind of branch into, like, a completely different genre. Like, this is probably going to be, like, kind of like a heist adventure film, I reckon.
We hope so.
Kind of
It's
thing.
probably going to take a tragic turn for the worse.
Yeah.
Because if you've seen the original Star Wars film,
Yeah.
you know that many people died to get those plans.
Rogue One to me is just like a really exciting concept, and I think they chose a great topic for it.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Um,
amazing.
And yeah, and
very
it's got
excited for
like a star-studded cast, like Felicity Jones is a great actress. Someone like her is leading it, and then there's a lot of great other people around her.
Yeah, you're right. As you were saying, going to the expanded universe stuff, it's nice to see. Given how the expanded universe is no longer canon,
Indeed,
it's something that doesn't sit well with some Star Wars fans. So it's nice to just sort of see. It obviously doesn't make up for the extended universe not being canon, but it's a nice little homage, and it's a nice way to appreciate what fans want. They've done really well at keeping all of the fans happy so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're getting a lot of really great material to help fill all those gaps. And yeah, I think we'll see lots of good, strange Star Wars content coming out in the next few years in all forms of media, not just movies. Gary Whitta wrote the script and the treatment for Rogue One, who wrote I Am Legend, I want to say, or either Book of Eli. It's one or the other. And he also wrote Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1. Which is considered to be one of Telltale's best adventure games. So he is quite talented.
Yeah, definitely. There's a strong look. It's Star Wars. They've picked a lot of strong people around their films. So exactly. Gareth Edwards is the director. So that's our third most anticipated film each. Getting on to my second most anticipated film, Finding Dory. I have no way to segue that in, but I'm just going to come out and say it. Finding Nemo, the original, which came out 12 years ago now, Edward. It's been that long. But Finding Dory, look, little known fact, I love my Pixar films. They're made that kids can enjoy them and watch them, but there's also a lot in them for adults as well. And it's something that's very rare to find in what you would call a kids movie. But that's what Pixar generally tends to do. And Finding Dory, like it could be so funny. Like, I'm still waiting for a real first trailer. I don't count what we got as a first trailer. It's like a little tease.
Like, Toy Story 3 was totally made for adults. You saw
that's an adult movie. Kids are watching there, they recognise the characters, and they think they're cute, and there's a couple of jokes on how to keep them going. Yeah. But it is a very adult film. There's a lot of heavy themes in that movie. And the same goes for Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is a lot of people's favourite Pixar film. So, yeah, like, don't be surprised if Finding Dory ends up making a lot of money, even after all these years. You don't agree, do you?
No, Toy Story 3 is the best Pixar movie.
Oh, yeah, no, it's my favourite Pixar movie, but a lot of people love Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and, Finding Dory, you can't go wrong. The only thing I am worried about is how much centre stage Dory's going to take. And she was really good as that support character in the original Finding Nemo.
Indeed.
But the idea of this character sustaining a whole movie by themselves, I'm not entirely sure if she can do it. But then again, she might be in a similar situation to Nemo. So even though the movie was called Finding Nemo, most of the focus wasn't really on him. Like, there was... He had his character
It was Marlin's story.
It was Marlin's story. For the most part, it's a father and son story. But something similar could happen to Dory. I'm going to be honest, I haven't looked up a lot about the movie, mostly because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. I don't believe there's actually a lot we can read about it anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm just really excited for it. I'm glad that so many people are returning for this project that were in the original. I'm glad that Pixar actually are willing to accept sequels for the right movies. But anyway, look, Finding Dory. Look, I know it's not your second most anticipated for the film of the year, but we can agree that it's going to be good.
Sure. I think they've missed the boat.
Maybe. Not as much as Independence Day did, though. Let's get to your second most anticipated film.
My second most anticipated film of 2016 would have to be Captain America Civil War. Because, first of all, I like Marvel movies.
Oh, don't we all? There are people who don't.
Second of all,
get over it.
Captain America is my favourite Avenger.
He is the best Avenger.
He is the first Avenger.
He's the first Avenger. He's the best Avenger.
And third of all, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is the best Marvel Cinematic Universe movie to date.
Yep, definitely. I agree with all those things. It's gonna be awesome.
And that's because it followed, first Avenger gave it a really great based for Winter Soldier to go off. It was all about the changing nature of evil and all that jazz.
Yep.
And I think Civil War is totally going to continue to follow those themes, and I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the Russo brothers definitely know what they're doing behind the camera. They did a really good job with Winter Soldier.
Yeah, got no doubts they'll crush it.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really glad they're directing Avengers 3.
Yeah, definitely.
As well. And yeah, I think this is really exciting, and I'm glad they're actually not adapting the comic book. I'm glad...
Yeah, well, not so closely. They're taking artistic license.
They are, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really glad that they're kind of making their own story out of the situation, because I think that's really where they will shine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I think it's not only is it going to be a great ensemble movie, but I think we're going to see a lot of character stuff for both Cap and Iron Man, and I think that's really exciting, because like Cap had some great arcs in the first and second Captain America movies, but Iron Man has kind of been a bit left in dust with his character film. Like they've tried to do tried to do it in 2 and 3, but then they've kind of like dropped the ball with it or forgotten about it.
2, nothing really happened. Iron Man 2.
Well, 2, they tried to like bring him like alcohol abuse and the fact that he was dying and all that stuff, but it was like it was just done so badly that I think no one particularly cared.
And then Iron Man
3, they totally set him up to have like this massive PTSD from the first Avengers movie, and then basically
they undid
ignored it when it was convenient.
Yeah,
for the plot.
And then not only that, but anything he might have actually learned, any development he might have had as a character in Iron Man 3,
was
kind of undone. Yeah, in Age of Ultron, he's right back to where he was at the end of Iron Man 1.
And he makes even more Iron Man suits for Age of Ultron, even though he destroys all his suits in Iron Man 3. Like, it's just really stupid.
Yeah, bit of a tangent, but it's a worthwhile tangent, because Captain America, on the other hand, I totally agree with you. Yeah. I think the first Avenger was... it was a good movie. Film. It was a good film. People complained that the story was really, really simple, and it's very black and white, good guy versus bad guy sort of film. But that's because it's kind of a period piece superhero film.
Indeed.
It's set in a simple time where it was good guy versus bad guy. That's the way it was. It wasn't as complex back then as it is now.
Yeah.
And it was about it was a coming of age film, I suppose.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it did, and it was a really strong foundational film. It wasn't a masterpiece, but it was really good. And then The Winter Soldier, obviously, it just perfectly crafted off everything that first movie had made. It tells this really deep, intense personal story, really, while also looking at how much the world has changed, and how there's just so much moral greyness or the ambiguity we have in the world today. And look, Civil War might be better than The Winter Soldier. There's a real possibility that could happen.
Yeah, definitely. I think
the way the characters have developed, like, you can see why Captain America would turn against the government. You can see why Iron Man, who, as arrogant as he can be, would totally side with the government and be cooperating like that. So it's just a really, really clever movie, and it's probably credit to Kevin Feige as much as it is to the Russo brothers. It's just everyone behind that core creative team at Marvel has done a brilliant job setting this up.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think Captain America with the Winter Soldier was the first time where we really saw how Captain America himself should look and feel visually in a movie, like in terms of his fighting style and just like generally how he like moves and works.
They absolutely nailed it.
And I think they'll continue to nail it in Civil War, not only with Captain America as a character, but like I'm glad they're introducing Black Panther and Spider-Man in this movie, because I'm sure the Russo brothers will nail how they should feel in a fight and how they should move.
I don't know that we're going to get much Spider-Man.
I don't think we're going to get much Spider-Man either.
Digressing to what you were saying about how they're going to tell the story a little bit differently to the way it was told in the comic book, they're not going to do a straight-up adaptation.
Yep.
A lot of people don't like to hear that it's going to be really different to the comics, but something I've always believed is that as good as it is to be loyal and true to your source material, you can't let that get in the way of telling a good story. And that's what they're doing here. They're telling the most logical story for the Marvel Cinematic Universe first, and they're being loyal to the source material second.
Exactly.
And look, Civil War, the movie, is probably going a fair way away from what the comic was. but it makes so much sense within the story that they're telling in this universe, and it just flows so well from everything that happened in the Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron, for both Captain America and Iron Man. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure it'll be Captain America's movie. He'll be the primary focus, but there's going to be a fair bit of Iron Man flavour in there, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Iron Man character, how Tony Stark's character has actually evolved, because we haven't really seen that yet.
Yeah, I totally agree. The comic book the comic book story would require way too much setup that they simply don't have the time, or
it's just not necessary,
or the current context to just create, because it's just so ridiculous.
Also, nobody cares about secret identities in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so you need a completely new reason to bring in the Superhero Registration Act.
Indeed. Now,
shock and horror twist, we have the same most anticipated movie of 2016. It's amazing. Alrighty, so, drum roll. Are you going to edit in a drum roll later?
I'll do a drum roll live. Are you ready?
This is going to kill the microphone. And our most anticipated film of 2016 is Batman v Superman:
Dawn of Justice.
Look, it's really encouraging when you've got Ben Affleck signed on, who, after doing Daredevil, didn't want to do a superhero property again. So you know that he must have been impressed by something in that script to want to sign on as Batman. And there's Jesse Eisenberg. I mean, he doesn't take paychecks for nothing.
And yeah, by the time Ben Affleck was cast, he was an Oscar winner. He was a Best Picture Oscar winner.
Yeah, that's right.
For Argo.
Probably should have won Best Director. I'm going to dare to say. Sorry.
No, not that year.
Who won that year? That was 20...
Ang Lee, Life of Pi.
Ang Lee, Life of
Pi. I have a feeling that's who won.
Yeah, no, sorry, I liked Argo better. Oh no,
but in terms of its direction...
Oh yeah, no, there's no denying... Yeah, and there's no denying that Ben Affleck was a solid choice of Batman. There were a lot of people whinging about him when he was first cast.
Oh, you reckon?
Neither of us were on that bandwagon.
No, I thought it was a great cast.
We believed from the very beginning, look, this could really work.
Yeah.
Like, it was exciting. And he looks like Batman from New 52.
Yeah, he does. Well, not even New 52, the Arkham games.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I suppose he does. I haven't played them that much.
That's true. But not even Argo. Like, what really sold like Ben Affleck for me was The Town.
I haven't seen The Town yet.
Dude, The Town is awesome. He basically plays Batman in The Town.
Nice. Well, yeah, exactly. So he's got the resume built up now, and he's in Gone Girl.
Gone Girl's a great movie.
He's really excellent in Gone Girl. Henry Cavill, who, look, Man of Steel, say what you will about Man of Steel, but surely everybody can agree that Henry Cavill was not the issue with that movie. Henry Cavill
is a really good Superman.
He's so great as Superman. It's what I want Superman to look like, and he just does it so well.
Yeah, he's got a great dedication to the role, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
From my Superman.
Yeah. It's always good. Look, getting back to Jesse Eisenberg, he's made comments saying how if Batman v Superman was somehow a small indie film that only 5 of his friends could ever see, he still would have done it. With all the dedication and all the time that it took.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Which, of course, is physically impossible. But, look, that's an encouraging comment, nonetheless, to have from the guy. And there have been rumours going around recently that maybe, while the film is good, it's not quite getting the reaction from early critics that Warner Brothers wanted.
Not even early critics, just internally at Warner Brothers. There are just like
they applauded their own film, Edward. They applauded it. It must be good. If Warner Brothers applauded a film that they paid to get made, it must be good. That's a joke.
No.
That's a joke.
Internally at Warner Brothers, they kind of like.
But those are rumors.
There are rumors that they're worried about it, but
we're not worried about that yet.
Not quite yet. I think I don't think it's going to be a perfect film by any stretch of the imagination, but I think there's going to be a lot of really good things about it.
Yeah.
Least of which
neither
the core
of us
story
are wavered in confidence.
But like there are a lot of consensus. There's going to be a lot of fluff in that movie, like with Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Doomsday, and perhaps. They're probably right. It probably will be a little fluffy.
Maybe. I hope not. I
hope not as well.
I really want to believe in Zack Snyder because he's not involved with the story. Right, the story was written by Chris Terrio and Ben Affleck, I believe. No, not Ben Affleck, sorry.
Jeff Johnson.
Okay, so it was Jeff Johns and Chris Terrio.
Yeah.
Those are
I
two
don't think
solid
Goya
writers.
worked on it.
No. Oh, he like pinned an initial draft, and then Terrio and Johns were brought in, and they like totally revamped it and worked it up. And
sounds.
we've got the movie that we've got coming out in just over a month's time. It's very exciting. Ed, are you going to be okay? Survive for another month.
I'm excited, man.
I know. We're both very excited, Ed. Can you tell we're whispering? Hello.
Like after the Doomsday trailer came out, I was so excited. I know you.
That's the one thing I don't like about the whole marketing campaign.
That trailer.
It's too much to show.
But
we don't need to know. Like, obviously, hardcore fans like us, we know they're going to be buds by the end of the film. There's going to be something that unites them. Casual fans don't need to know that. You're selling them Batman v Superman. Sell them Batman v Superman. Don't show the thing that unites them, and then Wonder Woman bringing them both together. And is she with you? I thought she was with you. Like, I'm sure that look, there's plenty of opportunity for that to be a funny line in context within the actual film, but it didn't work in that trailer. And if you really want to show the Trinity in a film, don't show them standing side by side by side for us to know, oh, well, they're going to fight something else. They're going to unite. It's not good marketing. And they learned from that because they were able to turn the marketing campaign around from that second trailer.
What,
nothing
with the most recent trailer?
Yeah.
That was a really good trailer.
Nothing beats though.
Really good trailer.
The Comic-Con trailer that came out is one of the best trailers I've seen in a while. Besides Deadpool's trailers. But Deadpool's marketing was perfect. You can't beat Deadpool's marketing. Yeah. But yeah, look, and as a result of that marketing campaign, it's just built up the anticipation, and after that last trailer, it feels real now. We're actually going to get it. Like, I was just happy to get my sequel to Man of Steel. Now I'm getting my movie which kickstarts the whole DC universe.
Indeed.
And let it be known, we like DC better than Marvel. We don't dislike Marvel. We like Marvel. We think Marvel's great. But we've been waiting so long to get our DC Cinematic Universe up and running. Time. It is DC's time. We're so hoping this film works. It might not. There's a chance it might not. But
Zack Snyder is generally a good filmmaker.
Yeah, he's not involved with the story. He's just directing the film, and that he can do.
That's where he fits real well.
Yeah, and I'm confident in his direction. I'm confident in Chris Terrio and Jeff Johns' writing. I'm confident in Ben Affleck's acting and Jesse Eisenberg's. Henry Cavill's already proved himself as Superman. My confidence is not wavered for this film. I'm still extremely looking forward to it. Ed's still extremely looking forward to it. And that's why Batman v Superman is our number one most anticipated film of the year. So, I believe it covers everything.
I believe it does.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, favourite and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Post it on Facebook. Share it on Google+. Do people do that?
Not really.
I shouldn't be bad-mouthing Google+ when we're on that platform. But
it's YouTube.
Share it with people. Tell your friends, Get everybody to watch it. Maybe tell your grandma about us. She can start watching it too. And there is a subscription button below if you want to watch the videos. Leave us a comment below. What are your anticipated films of the year? We'd be more than happy to discuss with you. And from us here at Working Title Productions.
You've got Facebook and Twitter.
I totally said Facebook. Okay.
You didn't say our Facebook name, which is, if you want to like us on Facebook, our Facebook page is facebook.com/workingtitleyoutube. You should totally come check us out over there. And if you want to hit me up on Twitter for some cool chats about some cool stuff, you should follow me at Mr. Spaghetti 22.
Mr. Spaghetti
22.
Alrighty.
So yeah.
I'm Ben, he's Ed, and until next time, thanks for watching and have a good day.
I'm cutting that. And my intro. Take your time, honestly. Really. Look at that.
It's pretty great.